Hey guys, this is Nathan, and welcome back to FTB Beyond from the CreedCraft server. So, I have been doing tons of disenchanting between episodes, and I set up this very simple little storage drawer system to store the books. So we have mending books, we have 22 of those, unbreaking we have 14, soulbound we have 13. We also have this pipe conduit going over here with a whole bunch of other enchantments that I felt were worthwhile taking off. But guess what? Our experience obelisk is empty. We had over 100 levels in this thing, and they're all gone now. So this disenchanter is great, but we just don't have the experience for it. So I started looking at different ways that we can disenchant books, and there's only two ways that I can see. The other one is the Lens of Disenchanting from Actually Editions. And when we look at this thing, it says the Lens of Disenchanting can be used to transfer a single enchantment from an enchanted item to either a book or an already enchanted book. This can be achieved by throwing the two items in front of the laser, but they have to be together in one block space. When they are hit by the laser, the topmost enchantment from the non-block item is removed and added onto the book. However, this uses 250,000 RF. 250,000 RF is virtually nothing to us. So in our regular power storage over here, we are currently producing, well here, let's sleep. We are currently producing around 65,000 RF per tick when the daylight is full. So we are producing tons of RF. If we added these two, waiting on server. If we added these two solar panels to that, we would actually be producing, what, at that point? 128,000 RF a tick, at which point their 250,000 RF a tick is created 10 times over per second? Yeah, that's nothing. So I think we will take a look at that. So I need to make up the Actually Editions laser, get a few things set up, and work on getting some type of a system that can drop the items that I want to disenchant on the ground, but we're also going to have a way to filter out the fully disenchanted items. So yeah, there might be something funky going on with that, but I want to be able to remove all enchantments from all of these items that we have here. And by the way, I sorted these items for only armor plus the bronze items, and this one only for tools. Now, the one disadvantage to this, it does not say anything about removing the repair level from the items. So even if we get the items back, their repair level may be really high. They may not stack together. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works. It would be nice if we could shove them into a storage drawer and it would reset their repair level. But yeah, I'm going to make a couple of things, get just a couple of things set up, and then I'll be back. So I've got my laser set up here, but I realized in order to continue making these things, we need to get some empowered diamantine crystals. Now to do that, we need to set up the empowerer. Now, of course, that means we are going to have to make an empowerer. So we have a couple of recipes that I have set up here in the crafter. We have black bronze, basic coils, advanced coils, iron casings, single battery, double battery, display stand, and empowerer. So if we follow the chain backwards, we have the empowerer, which requires a display stand, double battery, Restonia crystal, and iron casing. Now the Restonia crystal is nothing more than a redstone thrown in front of the atomic reconstructor. Now we can also put blocks in front of there. I'm capable of throwing an entire stack of blocks in front of it, and it converting the entire stack at once. Now the double battery requires a single battery, an advanced coil, and some Inori crystals. The Inori crystals are iron in front of the laser. The single battery is a Restonia crystal, Inori crystals, and the advanced coil. Now the advanced coil is a basic coil and gold nuggets. The basic coil is Restonia crystals and a black quartz, and the black quartz is coal and nether quartz. Now normally there would be black quartz ore in the world that has been disabled in this map, so we don't get that. So let's go back forward through everything. Finally, the iron casing is some iron ingots, sticks, and black quartz. So we should have everything that we need to make this thing. So what we need, if we look up at actually additions, I've already set up the aesthetic green blocks, so that is one that we didn't see. Okay, so for the display stand, we have the aesthetic green blocks and the aesthetic quartz. So the aesthetic green blocks are chiseled quartz in front of the atomic reconstructor, and aesthetic quartz is a regular block of quartz in front of the atomic reconstructor. And of course the chiseled quartz we can either do it with quartz slabs or we can do it by chiseling some quartz. But we have everything in there. So once again, we'll look up at actually additions, and we need one empowerer. So we'll go ahead and make that, and you can see there's a lot of stuff involved here. So we'll go ahead and make this and see. There it is. Okay, so we have our empowerer. Now we need 4 display stands. So we're going to make up 4 of those. Not a whole heck of a lot of stuff involved there. And there we go. So now, to set this thing up, we need power to all 4 display stands. So we are going to go over here on this side, and then we'll run some power cables around here. But we're going to set 1 display stand there, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Then we're going to set our empowerer in the middle. Now let's go ahead and grab some power conduits, and we will run off of this. Now, question, this guy is outputting, this guy should be outputting as well. So we'll make sure that that is output on both of those. Let's actually just remove that one. And while I'm at it, let's go ahead and grab these guys and put them back in our bauble slot. Now, one thing that Apache told me that makes a whole heck of a lot of sense, you put your wireless crafting terminal in your head bauble slot, which it even says that it can go in the head bauble. Then you rebind the key to open the wireless crafting grid to something, and you can open your wireless crafting grid at any time without having to have it taking up a spot in your inventory, which is very nice. But anyway, let's continue placing down these energy conduits. We will run these guys around here. Just power all the way around. So there we go. So now all of them have power. Now, to make our empowered diamantine crystals, empowered version, these guys, we need clay balls, clay, light blue dye, and a diamantine crystal. Now, I've already made the diamantine crystal, which is nothing more than a diamond in front of the laser. So we'll grab those, and then clay we have in our compacting drawers, so that makes life really easy. Now, question, can we do the blocks with the exact same stuff? Yes, actually we can. So we'll go ahead and craft these into blocks. So we'll just have 4 crafting recipes. That's not too bad. And we will clean our inventory up here so that we can do this. Now, we can only put down 1 item at a time. That kind of sucks. Oh, we need light blue dye still. So let's see here. Light blue, we have some light blue floral powder. Will that work? Yes, it will, but we're going to want more than 1 of them. But we'll go ahead and grab this 1 right now. We'll drop off that clay. We don't need it. So we'll put down one light blue floral powder. We'll put this guy down. And this should automatically do what is... Okay. Let's see here. What is going on with this? So let's take a look at this. Next page. Next. So let's get all the way up here. There's a lot of recipes. Okay, so what am I missing? Oh, okay. Our display stands are one block too close. Now, for some reason, I thought that I set them up just one block away, but they're supposed to be 2 blocks away. All right, that is not that big of a deal. And for that matter, I think we can run the power conduits inside of that now. Whoops. Let's go ahead and do this. So put down another display. All right, this one should be a... No. Can I pull that item back out of there? Thank you. So now these guys need to be pulled up. We'll put down our last display stand. Now we'll put clay back in those 2. Clay block in there. Light blue floral powder. And there we go. It is working on that. We're going to have to head to spawn in order to get some more of that light blue floral powder, but that's no big deal. So does it show how close we are? No. And I just screwed everything up. Wow. What? Uh-oh. Not good! No! That's funny. Well, yeah, this is how we make the empowered diamantine crystals. And then I'll be able to start setting up something for the disenchanting, hopefully. Hey, it's done. Alright, so let's grab our empowered one. So that'll make this. Got everything else for the lens, so we'll get this guy. So we need a regular lens and an enchanting table. The lens is some black quartz and glass of some kind. So now we have that guy. We're getting most everything that we need. Now, in order to use this, all that we have to do is put this on the front of the atomic reconstructor. Now, let's get the first test of this. We will grab a book, or all of our books, and we have a couple of items here with just some kind of crummy enchantments. We'll find something that's not so great. Actually, Fortune 2 is pretty lousy. So these have to be dropped in the same block, and you know what? To do that, I think we're going to go Botania route. So in Botania, of course, we have the dropper. Where... I can't remember for sure what that thing is called. What are you called? Crate or something? Open crate. Here we go. So this takes living wood planks. I've made these in the past. It's nothing new. Then we're going to grab a hopper. Say we should have one of those in here. And then we'll finally grab a chest. And this will allow us to very easily put the items that we want into here. So we'll put the chest on the ground. We'll put the hopper on top of it, and the only reason I put the chest down here was just to get the hopper up in the air a little. I think we can put that into the side. We'll put this on top of there. So now we'll put the shovel and one book. Oh, this is why I had those off. So let's go ahead and... No, not Botania. I want this one. So let's go ahead and hide those guys away. We will put the shovel and one book in there. Then we are going to hit this. And there we go. So we get an iron shovel with no enchantment and a Fortune 2 book. So this should be fairly easy to set up for automation. All that we need is something that can put one item, say every 3, 4, 5 seconds into the chest, plus one book. Then we can have something that will pick these up after the redstone pulse is sent to the laser. So I think we can use a lot of vanilla redstone for that. But let me see what I can figure out, and then I will be right back. So I have a very dirty system here right now that I think works, but I have not completely tried it out yet. And I know there is one major failing in it, but I have a space constraint that I can't deal with here. So unfortunately, I will not be able to handle that one at the moment. So right now what I have 2 hoppers here. One of them contains books, which actually I'll throw that book in there. And the other one contains enchanted items. So in front of those hoppers, I have some item racks from Tinker's Construct. We use these down in the Botania area. They hold one item, and even stackable items like books, only one item can go into them. But right now what we have is some redstone here that is holding these guys, the hoppers, so that they won't put any items into the racks. Now the other thing is these item conduits that will pull the items out of those item racks are set to be active with a signal. So basically there is a very short, well, there isn't even a short period of time. These alternate. So right now this thing is trying to pull an item out of the racks, but the other can't put an item in. So once the redstone turns off, the items can be pushed in, but then nothing is being pulled out. So we'll get one book and one item per cycle. Now, as the clock cycles, we first come into the laser. So the laser will fire, the redstone is picked up here, and it goes around this. So we go into this block, which powers this redstone, into this block with a delay. Of course, this is delayed as well, which has another torch which locks this hopper, which I found out I have to put a carpet on top of the hopper, because if the items drop into the little space in the top of the hopper, the laser doesn't hit them. But this is one of those places that I'm having a problem. So when the laser hits these things, they often bounce into this hole. So yeah, later on we'll have to figure out how to make a space that is not like that. But the other side of this, then we have another torch here, which actually I guess we could take this down to one torch. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out later. But so there's a torch under this block that powers this redstone, and then this redstone is what locks the hoppers and turns on the item conduits. Now, once this hopper is empty, the clock should shut off, but I'm thinking there will be one item and one book left on the ground at that time. But we're going to hook this up. Okay, of course the laser will fire with no items. We see the items drop out, and there we go. So, yep, we have that left on the ground. Another item left on the ground. So, yeah, just as I thought. Actually, it's even worse than I thought, because now we don't have enough signal to power this. So what we actually need to do is take this. Let's go ahead and take this repeater and put it here, because we can still power this guy like that, can't we? Oh, but it doesn't feed the power around. Okay. So we still need to feed the power around. We've got one item left in here. We've got a couple more swords that have some enchantments. So let's go ahead and do that. The item rack is holding that. Can we put a redstone on top of this? Yes, we can. Perfect. All right, so we've got items. There we go. So yeah, this works with a few flaws, but we can definitely get all of our enchanted stuff. Now that is going to be one place that we have a problem. You can see that the final circuit does not work. The laser is actually firing early and then not firing late. We get the exact same number of fires as we have items run through the hopper. But let's go ahead and drop this guy back in here. And yeah, that actually was the wrong thing to do. So we do have a few items in here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. So I'm not sure why this iron pickaxe took some durability damage, but I was having some issues when I had this open crate one block closer to the carpet. The item actually got stuck inside the open crate, and I'm wondering if that caused the durability damage. But we've got auto smelt enchant, efficiency 3, fuel efficiency 2, unbreaking 3, efficiency 3, sharpness 3, bane of arthropods 5, fuel efficiency 3, unbreaking 3, and bane of arthropods 4. So yes, this works very nice. We are using nothing but power, but I've got to get a couple more things figured out here. We need some way to recycle items that are still enchanted from this chest back through the system, and then we need somewhere to store all of our disenchanted items, and then we'll need to set up this type of a system for our enchanted books. So yep, I think I'm going to try to locate a spot that we can set this up a bit more permanently, and then I will be back. So I've got the system moved over here. The redstone is even more janky now than it was before, but the system is actually working pretty much flawlessly now. There's just a couple of minor issues still to deal with. So if we take these items and drop them in here, immediately we will see them start dropping down in here, and then we will get the enchanted book off of them. Now we have so far 18 drawers for enchanted books, and back here we still have a huge number of enchanted books coming into this chest. Now we do get our enchanted or disenchanted items, as well as a few items that still have a couple of enchantments left, and the main reason for that is pretty obvious, that we have multiple enchantments on some items. Now this is one of the issues that I don't know how I can address it, if I even can, and that is once the last item runs out of the hopper, the system shuts down and we're left with one item in the hopper. I don't think that's really all that big of a deal, but yeah, that's one issue. Another issue is, of course, the recycling of items that have not been fully disenchanted. So I'm going to want to try to figure something out with that. And I don't know what else I can do here. But the main reason that I want to get this disenchanting done is with the work that Apache and I have been doing down at Spawn. I would like to actually set up a shop for these enchanted books. Now I don't know if I'd make it a shop or just, come and take what you want. I don't know. We'll try to figure that out. I have some ideas on something that we could do for a currency on the server, and I don't know what Apache or some of the other members would think of it. Of course, part of this type of super modified Minecraft is that you can pretty much do anything yourself. But yeah, that's what we've got. We still have a lot of items over here to get disenchanted, so I'll probably get these done next, and by the next episode I should have that all completely done. Hopefully we can get back into Draconic Evolution, and then maybe we'll get over and start building a shop. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or anything that you would like to see, be sure to leave that down in the comments. And I will see you next time. Bye.